What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together a Golgari Midrange deck. When you think of a Golgari Midrange deck, you think of one of two decks. The one where you play the green talent card where you could make the Vraska come out with 18 poison counters to use the ultimate right away and one turn kill the opponent. Or you go the, I'm just going to curve out and beat you down with a lot of creatures with value and just have a lot of removal. Which the other deck does with Vraska, but you double down with all those other cards instead of playing the Talon and the Vraska. But for this list, Unstoppable Slasher makes an appearance because the mindset is this card is great because you don't need Bloodletter of Aclazotz. This card pretty much brings itself back when it gets removed, unless they exile it, of course. The whole idea is we got a Death Touch 2/3 that could half the life, and it could just bring itself back. So your opponent has to waste like 2 cut downs to get rid of this. In theory, it joins the other really powerful 3-drop creatures, and the whole idea is just remove your opponent's things and just summon one of these powerful creatures and take over the game. So anyway, let's get right into this list. We got 4 cut down, 4 Disfigure, 4 Bit of Triumph, 1 Nowhere to Run, 4 Mosswood Dreadknight, 2 Preacher of the Schism, 4 Unstoppable Slasher, 1 Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor, 1 Malicious Eclipse, 1 Sentinel of the Nameless City, 2 Glissa Sunslayer, 1 Sheoldred the Apocalypse, 1 Aclazotz Deepest Betrayal, 1 Gix's Command, 4 Virtue of Persistence. For the lands we got 10 Swamps, 1 Forest, 4 Blooming Marsh, 4 Llanowar Wastes, 4 Restless Cottages, and 2 copies of Blast Zone. Let's get into these games. Okay, so the Unstoppable Slasher will be a good turn 3 play against our opponent. Especially since they just want to discard a lot of cards, so they probably have a lot of removal. So this will be a big threat. But let's see. Bandit's Talent hits the board now. Kind of want to keep a little bit of everything, so I'll get rid of 1. So let's see how they deal with this, because like I said, it's going to take 2 cards to get rid of this. How they could just do that. I wonder, how will they do this? So that's perfect. We get our guy right back, and we trade to get that out of the way. I'm going to set up for Glissa. This is where we get rid of the Bandit's Talent. I don't want that to be on the field. Drawing is important, but that card is really good for them. That's a Sheoldred. Get rid of that. So this is where we try to draw something good. You could argue I should have went Sheoldred first, but this card might change what I want to do. But unfortunately, it does not. So let's see what our opponent has. Worst case scenario, they have Deadly Cover-Up with 5 mana. But we're going to find out. We do not. We get to go first. This is a good hand. I feel like Unstoppable Slasher really just has a great place in a Golgari Midrange deck. Fits in very well. It's just really hard to try to ratio all the cards you want to keep in the deck, because you have to make a lot of cuts because you have it as a 60 card deck, so you can't play 4 of this and 4 of that. I feel like going to get rid of Virtue or Unstoppable Slasher. Yep. So now, how will they deal with the unstoppable power of the Slasher? I feel like all the Dimir decks lately have been playing the bounce card, the 1-drop one. I can't believe I'm forgetting it right now, but it's so good against red, so I can see it. Alright, so we're gonna swing first, see what happens. Yeah, there it is, into the flood one, that's what I was talking about. Go for the Sheoldred now. Utilize my mana right. Very fancy. But now the Malicious Eclipse is going to be very nice. But let's see if they block this first, then I'll Malicious Eclipse. So they take it. And with that, divert you back to my hand. Now we're chilling. It's amazing. I don't mind taking an extra card. So let's just keep their board clear. And I'm going to go for Unstoppable Slasher again because this is something that will bring itself back even if they have the removal spell. If I went for any of these other 2/3 drops, then if you think about it, go for the Throw, Bitter Triumph, Cut Down, whatever it is, this will just survive. I mean, you can't cut down these, but you get what I'm trying to say. So if I am correct, they're going to block this because they don't want to get their life in half. But they do take it. Very interesting. Another one. I love it. It's so funny. But that's really how you use the Tidebinder. Just like that. Okay. So if you want to do that, then how about I do this? Have a little standoff right now. Nice. So this is how we're going to get the Unstoppable Slasher back online. And we go for the big swing right now. And comes right back. Go for Aclazotz, because Aclazotz is the best after all, and our opponent does not like that. You get it. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. Hopefully it's a mono red deck, so I could really just take advantage of this hand. It's gonna be a Azorius Control watch. I'm gonna be so upset if it is, honestly. Oh my god! It's like the hand you don't, like the deck you don't want to play against when you're playing Azorius Control. Just doing that. Gotta draw something else. Can't believe it. So, I mean, if they don't normalize, okay, they don't normalize it. But they could have something else. I'm actually terrified. I really didn't want it to be Azorius Control. I was joking. Look at this hand. What do I do against Azorius Control with this hand? Tell you what I do. I attack with Unstoppable Slasher, having my opponent's life right off the bat. Ooh. How about we don't exile it though? Okay. That makes sense. I was gonna maybe hold it in case they had Sunfall, but I could disfigure my own guy, so it wouldn't get exiled. The Dreadknight, I mean, but that plan's out the window. Double disfigure. Okay. So in some weird way, I'm okay because Unstoppable Slasher's still here hanging out, but we're gonna find out how far the strat's gonna go. If I could get one more land, I could make Virtue of Persistence go online, so I could reoccur this card if need be. They're ready though. Look at them. And so am I. Look at this. All right, so I could do this. Use the map token to explore and still have enough mana to use Bitter Triumph for the 2 Disfigures. We're going to want that on top because it's just a really good 3-drop. And we're going to see what happens. So they're going to take it. Wait, well, I thought they were going to take it. Speaking too soon. So they're going to try to exile their creature once again. And we are going to pay 3 life to once again destroy it. So we get it right back. Oh, wait a minute. Where's our creature? Oh, I am so silly. I made a big mistake. If I put a counter on my own creature, which it says if he has no counters on it, so I was thinking that it was just stun counters, but I messed myself up with that one. It's okay though. But that is interesting to know. It's so simple to think about, but I just didn't really think about it that well, I guess. Huh. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Oh, it's kind of silly. Jeez. Okay. All we need is one more land, and Virtue's gonna come out, and it's gonna be glorious. Is that the move? This is how I respond to that double disfigure. I'm making these cards count. At least we're drawing into some good cards now. If I had to guess, they're gonna bring out Restless Anchorage to either block the 1/1, or they go for another Not on My Watch. Very fancy. Which is a really good card if you think about it, just because of the exile. Alright, going for the big swing. They go for Restless Anchorage, and good thing I drew the Bitter Triumph, I could get rid of it. If that's the route they're going to go. I mean, they only have that and one card in their hand, so I don't know what else they're going to do. Get rid of that. See, having all this removal was okay in the end. I mean, I'm still not out of it yet, but still. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. Like now, this means I could do this. That's a good draw. Let's trap it now because maybe they're going to draw some cards or something, but this will maybe ruin a couple interactions. They got something in their hand. The question is, what is it? Maybe it's another 3 steps ahead. That'd be pretty good for them. But it still wouldn't answer what I got going on in the field. Alright, so it enters. We're going to swing for 4 now. I think I'm going to swing for 4. Opponent is looking at their mana. Maybe they're trying to tap it for something. Yeah, okay. Big swing. Wow, what a card to draw. Look at that. Okay, so not the worst, but now we get to Virtue. I want you to get countered right now. Got a couple targets. I think Sheoldred's the first thing that comes out. If I could get 2 Explore counters on it, well, if I could Explore and get 2 counters on it, this should be enough to end it, and our opponent realizes it. We get to go first, and hopefully they're playing mono red so I could punish them for being a mono red player. If not, maybe it's another Azorius control deck. Oh my god, why? Why do I just jinx myself every time I say that? I gotta stop saying that, honestly. Like, what are the odds? It's just another Azorius control deck. I feel like this is just the worst. Well, when I say worst matchup, it's in the sense that I don't have the most interaction because this deck is geared towards creature-heavy decks, all those aggro decks. Even the enchantment decks, you know, it's just creature-heavy. You could just remove their creatures. But this is like just, you know, just sitting back, relaxing. It's so depressing. Look at my hand. What do I do? They're just there, just being all evil, and I'm just... Can't make this stuff up. It's why it'll make, you know, oh, okay, so I got this at least. The whole thing is, it's, you play all this removal when you play against a deck like this. It could be pretty rough. The land. Got a creature. Let's see how long this lasts, man. It's a good card. Hopefully the Unstoppable Slasher could get a hit in, then we could cut their life in half. Let's see if we could get this out of the way. We do. Okay, so the Unstoppable Slasher is going to just hang out in my hand for now. It'll be criminal if I summon it because they probably have a board wipe. I'd rather just make them waste the board wipe and then I go right into it as my next follow-up play. Especially with the hand I have, I'm just trying to play, just trying to conserve my resources. As you know, they have the Sunfall, which I saw coming a mile away. So now the Unstoppable Slasher hits the board, and then I try to remove everything that it tries to, our opponent throws our way. But it's countered. So now we're back where we started with my handful of removal. Although, if this resolves, I am going to be in a great situation. Yeah. It's looking pretty rough. Oh, that's not the right card. Whoops. Alright, well, we got Gix. Is Gix going to resolve? That's the question. It does not. In that case, let's get rid of this then. It's just gonna get destroyed. Yeah, this is the beginning of the end for me, honestly. You're too far ahead. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate all the support. Tell me what you think of the deck. How do you like Unstoppable Slasher in a Golgari Midrange deck? Please like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe if you haven't already. And on that note, take care everyone. Have a great day.